So we just got done restoring our 1990 200 Volante Regal. It's an 18-foot boat. I don't know why they call it 200. Anyway, we paid $2,800 for that boat, and we just completely finished doing all of the restoration of the boat. Now what we're going to do is go over the breakdown of this boat, going through all the time that I spent on the boat, every part that we put on the boat, how much we paid for every single part on the boat, and go over that entire list to see, did we overpay for the boat, or did we get a good deal on this boat? We got everything that we got on this boat from wholesalemarine.com. Well, almost everything. There's a couple things that we didn't get from them, but wholesalemarine.com helped us out tremendously with this project. So if you want, you can get a discount right now if you go and use the links in the description below, as well as the pinned comment. Use the code BAB10, which will save you 10% on anything that you purchase. There is no minimum, but starting off with our list, we have a link to this list as well in the description. Here is links to all of the parts. So if there's a part that you would like to get, that is what is going on with all those links. We paid $2,800 for the boat, 1990 20-foot Regal, Volante, and trailer. Both had titles to the trailer and to the boat. $2,800 right there. We got a set of Fusion 7x7 240 watt sports marine speakers with the lights. That was $198.38. I did buy a radio and the Bluetooth zone controller, but I didn't put those on the boat. That radio, the MSRA 60, and the wireless remote, the head unit's $200. The remote that you put on the back, the little puck, that thing's pretty sweet. Those are only $56. I didn't end up using that stuff, but that's what it is. The primer and the engine paint and the clear coat that we used to paint the lower unit, that we all got from Wholesale Marine, $949, $15.99, $19. The trailer lights, $80 for those. We put new trailer lights on the trailer as normal. Okay, so now I have the quantities on there. I'm not sure why I didn't have the quantities before, but these bow rollers, I got two of them, $17.98. Fusion LED light controller, the module to control the RGBs for the speakers, $43.99. I got 5 feet of 2-gauge wire, $29.95. Got the battery lugs, $8.98. The Anderson LED trailer clearance side markers, so the 2 side lights for the trailer lights, $18 there. 2 of the carpet cleaners, that was $20 there. The fabric guard for the canvas and the bimini, that was I got 2 of those, $40 there. I got the Boat Bling vinyl sauce upholstery cleaner, one of those for $23. The conditioning sauce for the upholstery, that was $28 for that. The Davis fiberglass stain remover, I didn't end up using it. It didn't work the way I wanted it to, but I have that now. The Babes Metal Magic, that stuff worked really good, so that was $9. The Instant Hull Cleaner, that stuff also did not work as though I wanted it to. $17 wasted there. I ended up buying me a dual action polisher for $200. A new wash mitt, $11. Had to get some flares, $40 for the flares. I had to get a throwable, $18 for the throwable. I got 4 of the Kicker speakers. That was $320. I got a 3500 watt 8-channel amp. That was $200 from Amazon. Starbright fiberglass restore. That stuff worked all right. $16 there. The Meguiar's fiberglass restoration system, that worked out really well. That was $40. Got an oil filter for $10. Oil, $60 for the oil. I ended up getting 2 gallons. I only need like 5, but I ended up getting 2 because why buy it in the quart? The fuel water separator, that was $14 there. I got both of the belts, those V belts. The one was $60, the other one was $30. Those are expensive. Spark plugs are cheap, $32 for the spark plugs, all 8 of those. Outdrive set, that was the Alpha One outdrive gasket set. That was only $7, not bad. Manifold gasket, $23. An EMP riser gasket, that was $5. I had to get the other one from Amazon because there was only one available, so that's why I only got one of those there. The other one came from Amazon. Thermostat housing gasket, that was $2. The lower unit that I got, SEI, that was $1,100, so that was a pretty hefty price tag on that one. The oil filter, that was $8. The thermostat was $24. The O-ring for the thermostat, $3. Thermostat housing gasket, that was $4. I got 100 feet of 14.2, which is what I use for all running the speaker wire. $50 for the roll. The exhaust elbow gasket, so that was the other gasket I got from Amazon, $11. The 100 feet of RGB wire for the RGBs, $17 for that. Good stuff there. Tinned copper, 22 gauge. 2 quarts of the gear lube, $30. 2 drain seals, $4. The fuse holder for the flow switch, that was $8. I ended up buying myself a oil change pump for $140. Fuses, $2. That rain view, now that stuff worked really, really good. I was impressed with the Starbright rain view for the windshield. I'm glad I did that. That was $11. I paid $50 to get my canvas refixed up. The guide-on post for the trailer, $107 for that. That was another good buy. The anode that I put on the lower unit, $15. And then here's all the miscellaneous stuff that I spent on all the other places. So we got AutoZone. I spent $42 at AutoZone buying different stuff. I think I ended up buying a gasket set there. Battery Specialist, which I got my batteries and the alternator that I needed. That was $321. Advanced, I spent $230 at Advanced, getting miscellaneous stuff. The boat registration was $65 for the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, the DNR. I spent $42 at Harbor Freight. Spent $205 at the DMV to register that trailer. $75 is the lake sticker to get on Lake Mattoon there. I spent $160 at Roll King. I spent $80 at Menards. $128 at Home Depot, and then $31 at Walmart, with a grand total of $7,382 spent. Now, what I actually spent, that's if I would have bought all this stuff at retail. I had some stuff. I got, deals worked out with other things. So what I actually spent was $5,664 is what I actually spent on the boat. But if you were to do this thing and put all the stuff that I did and spend all the money that I spent, you would have paying MSRP, you would have spent $7,382. That is just on the parts. So, $7,000 and you're in the boat for $7,000, and it's a really good boat for $7,000. That's probably what it's worth. It's probably worth $7,000 to $8,000. I'm in it for 56, so I think that's a pretty good deal. Now, here's where the kicker goes in because of the labor. So this is the labor that I spent on it. I started on May 24th, and these are all the time that I spent, all the stuff that I did for that day. And when I get to June, so June 13th is how long? So I got 13 plus 7. So 20 days is what I spent working on the boat. The first day, went to Indiana, picked up the boat, recorded, one video doing that. Basically just picking up the boat was 6.25 hours. Boat inspection video, ordered a bunch of parts, pulled the lower unit, manifolds, risers, gimbals, bearings, bowl, blah, blah, blah. Pulled the fuel sample from the boat tank, hardware, unpacked speakers, amp, got everything together, cleaned the canvas, inspected the tank, make video, installed all the speakers into the boat, ran all the speaker wires, started messing around with the wiring, got most of the wiring done, ran more speaker wire, cleaned up all the connections, cleaned up the battery connections, made battery cables, dropped off cans for repair, installed the batteries, cleaned that area, cleaned up wiring, cleaned up the seat upholstery, cleaned the carpet, 50% done, pulled the seats and fixed the seats. 9 hours. Most of my days are like anywhere from 6 to 9 hours a day. Cleaned up the back of the engine compartment, tested courtesy lights, nav light, float switch, ordered parts, ran our RGB wiring to all the speakers, need installing stereo. Finished installing the RGB light controller, made decision to leave old head unit, fixed wiring, DC port, clean seats, and rest of upholstery, installed back into the boat. Got tub for rid lime, started rid lime video, started the lower unit, paint video, drained gear lube, then split the lower unit and upper units, ready to start sanding and painting tomorrow, recording rid lime, sanded and painted the lower unit, went to the DMV and got the title, was signed wrong, so I had to go get the title fixed at that point in time. Recorded the red line video, super flushed the video, serviced the engine, started 70% done with service, got the lower unit from SEI and painted the lower unit. Started recording the lower unit video, went to Indiana, got the title signed properly. Installed the lower unit, upper and lower propeller, greased everything, fixed prop, filled gear lube, finished service of engine, cleaned the engine, started and ran the engine, diagnosed and changed the alternator. 10 hours, 11 hours, 11. So this is when it gets heavy into the doing all of this stuff. So 11, 11 and a half, 14, 6. Total time is 140 and a half hours. So 140 and a half hours in 20 days. Let's do 140.5 divided by 20 days. That is roughly 7 hours a day for 3 weeks. So a pretty hefty price to pay in time, but within 1 month, 3 weeks, boom, boat's done. So you guys let me know what you think. Did I overpay for the boat? Did I not overpay? You let me know. All the parts in there. Would you put these same parts in there? What would you do differently? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you again, Wholesale Marine, for helping us out with this boat, and I will see you guys on the next video.